And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. It's the post game, everyone. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, as well, Inside Sports, Fantasy Football. We cover the world of the NFL with our own picks for NFL Week 7. Also, as well, Chris Sardieri, my good friend from the Domination Sports Nation, he stops by, as always, giving you the insight you need for your fantasy football team on Inside Sports, Fantasy Football, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, as well, Joe Soro is coming up soon. He is Ox1947 at LakersBall.com, and of course, his own company, Symblades with the Y.com. Also, as well, of course, our good friends, Empire Jeff TV, who cover the Dodgers tonight and actually might still be on the air if you're talking Dodgers. Lakers in 5. Of course, also as well, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yo! Also as well, John McCallion channel. Of course, our good friends, the Lakerholics crew, Lakerholics.com with Laker Tom, Jamie Sweet, and also Michael as well. Got to go, Michael Heinrich, that is. Hopefully, we'll have a show this weekend with the Lakerholics crew, so support them today at Lakerholics.com. John Costa, he is the man behind Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. He may be able to make it for tonight's show, not quite sure, but I will let you know if he does. Also, as well, of course, don't forget some announcements I got to make for you. Of course, become a subscriber today. I get you all the inside stuff going on with the LFB, including our season predictions ahead of anywhere else. I haven't even said it on the air, haven't posted on the new Lakers Fast Break website yet. It comes to our members first, plus a whole lot more. Go ahead and sign up today for just $2.99 a month. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe today to get the latest notifications of when we go live on the air with the latest Lakers Fast Break podcast. And also, if you look in the description, we have just opened up an ESPN Fantasy Basketball League. That's right. The draft is Monday at 5:30 p.m., but I've just opened it up. You're welcome to join. We still got spots available. I put the link in the description below from your friends right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Well, the Lakers almost finished winding down their preseason schedule with their 5th of 6 games with another game tomorrow night. They went into Pheonix to go ahead and battle against the Suns. Got to see some of the players that we'll be seeing during the course of the season get some extra time. LeBron was out of the game, but AD, 34 healthy minutes, and he came to play. Early on, his three-point shot, which I have said that I don't want him shooting very much, seemed like it was on for today. 4 of 5 initially on, although he missed his rest of his three-point attempts. He was still 4 of 9 overall from three-point land. 3 of 8 from the free throw line, not that good, but 14 of 28, 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists to keep the Lakers in the game. After taking a 35-30 lead after the first quarter, they fell down by 5 at halftime. Third quarter was kind of a back and forth deal, both teams not impressing, but the fourth quarter was wild with the Lakers down. Who came back into the game? None other than Dalton Knecht. And I know the other day, Darren said that, he was the garbage time king. And again, sometimes with some guys, it just takes some time to get some rhythm, find their rhythm in the game, find their spots. And boy, did Dalton Knecht in that second half, and especially the fourth quarter and overtime, find his spot. He went on a heater and single-handedly brought the Lakers back into a position where they tied the game and finished off as far as the overtime. Dalton Knecht dominated in the fourth quarter and in overtime. 35 points overall, 7 rebounds, 2 block shots. Also as well, 7-8 from the free throw line, 8 of 13 from 3 as the Lakers do come back 128-122. Even Bronny James, a plus 17 today. If you like that plus minus statistic, he had his career high in the preseason, 4 points, 2 of which was a gift from Bol Bol by holding on to the net when he blocked a shot, but 2 points. But the Lakers do win tonight, 128 to 122. Absolutely. Knecht looked outstanding. Something we've talked about ad nauseum here about how Dalton Knecht needs playing time to find his rhythm, to find that stroke. And you saw he went on a heater. These are the kind of things we could see if he's given the opportunity during the regular season. Want to go ahead and get some of the comments out there. Hopefully Joe will be able to join me here. I know he's been going both ways as far as with Empire Jeff, and hopefully he'll get a chance to stop by here as well. Wanted to go ahead and mention from you guys as far as the comments concerned. Juan says, great game by Dalton. I don't like JJ style. Way too many three-pointers, and Hood Schifino is garbage. That was a wasted pick. Yeah, Hood Schifino was disappointing tonight. 1 of 7 overall. Excuse me, 1 of 9 overall. 1 of 4 from 3 and 3 points. Again, Bronny James not looking that much better. Did get beat on a drive, simple drive by one of the backup guards for Pheonix that almost cost us the game. But yes, Dalton Knecht was in the house to save the Lakers and ultimately took over in overtime as they win 128 to 122. Good comments there. Love you guys always in the house. Truly appreciate you joining us. It is, of course, Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching and listening. Chase says Knecht is the Lakers' best shooter. He is probably the most unconscious shooter. He is the one that lacks any conscious. I know that Allen probably had it right. He sometimes gets a little bit nervous about his shot selection, and he will have that as a young player getting his position in the league. He's going to have some issues as far as maybe you shouldn't take some shots early in the shot clock, or maybe this is not quite the best opportunity for him. But you know what? He is not afraid to shoot. He is not afraid to shoot, and so many of the players on the Lakers roster are deathly afraid of taking the shot. So I like the fact that Dalton Knecht has the guts to go ahead, whether to miss and just keep on throwing it up and see what happens. And tonight it worked out with a strong fourth quarter and a very strong overtime as he took over as the Lakers win tonight. JY says, how many games will it take for JJ to realize we're not a three-point shooting team? You know, that's a good question, JY, because there were times and opportunities where the Lakers passed up easier shots in order to try and attempt threes. That's the mentality of the league at this point in time. He does want to increase the number of threes, seeing what happened with Boston and others. You're banking on continuing the good shooting last year of D'Angelo, Rui, and LeBron. That's the key right there, that those guys stay above 40%, JY, and I'm not sure they're going to all three do it. But you also have to have Dalton, you have to have Max Christie, and you have to have Austin Reaves giving them support. And we saw tonight what happens when you have another guy in that lineup that can hit the three. It really makes it much better and much more competitive for your team. Brian says, praying for them to call Dalton a ball hog. Absolutely. You know what? He is going to be a ball hog. He is going to shoot it. He is going to chuck it up. That's what he's here for. He is here to chuck the ball. Anybody who says, that he's going to be this and that, he still made some good passes, still rebounded, still played hard on defense, blocked 2 shots legitimately, not because he was beat, like Bronny's been blocking shots, blocked it face up. So yes, absolutely cannot say enough good things about Dalton's performance tonight. Joe, are you with us, my friend? Can you hear me, Joe? Joe is still not available as of yet. Yep, I'm going to get Joe out there. He's trying. Probably had to reset his router. Search is dead. I'm going to bed, but not sure what's going on, but support Jeff and Lakers Fast Break. Search. The Lakers won in overtime due to Dalton Knecht going crazy. And I'll tell you what, just a fantastic performance, Search. I'm glad you're here, but if you are going to bed, I truly appreciate any time that you give us here at the Lakers Fast Break. Brian says, another good win without LeBron. Absolutely. All right, Joe, can you hear us? Joe, can you hear us? No, he still can't hear us out there. He's having some issues right now. I do apologize for that. Cool Bro says, may the force be with you. May the force be with you as well, my friend. Lakers do win, 128 to 122. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching this thing. Truly appreciate it. Your thoughts, guys, on Dalton. I want to hear it. We always talk about Bronny this, Bronny that. I want to hear about what the guy that we've been wanting to talk about all summer long, and that's the guy who fell down in the draft whether it's because of his age or what have you, whatever question marks there were that they thought there were on him. The job today. Let me go ahead and see if Joe, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, got you, man. Okay, because it's weird because I see two of you, but I'll keep you on right now. So
thank you. There's been just my new router will be arriving on the 19th, and it's basically trying to die a little bit quicker.
It is indeed, my friend. But it's good to have you here. Impressive performance tonight from Dalton Knecht. You and I have been on the Dalton Knecht train from literally day one on the draft. We were ecstatic that we got a guy that fell down to us that was projected higher. We saw good things. Stone Hansen also thought it was a good pick by the Lakers. Just again, you've seen the maturation in his game over the course of Summer League, being the best player on the Summer League team. And we called it on last night's show. Should he get the call early in the game before Max Christie? I think there was no other definitive statement that should be made that should be the case. That Max Christie, a little bit farther down the rotation, you got to go ahead and move Max down a little bit. You got to move Dalton up, my friend. You even talked about what we've talked about before is maybe we should even start Dalton Knecht.
Yes, there's likely going to if this kind of play develops into an expedited situation, you're gonna be able to use this advantage to your benefit in that we may get our wish to be able to put Austin Reaves on the bench and have him work with the second unit, and that would automatically help our secondary lineup greatly, because right now there really isn't a secondary lineup that can probably sustain leads and rest the starters. That's a big important part of this. And Austin Reaves didn't have a bad game tonight either, so we're getting good contributions from the quote unquote role players. And if Austin Reaves can maybe shoot a little bit better from the field, and Dalton Knecht, I said that if he's a first team all rookie type player, there's going to be a huge boost in terms of performance from the players. Now, as far as Max Christie is concerned, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not really thinking about Max Christie. I'm not really thinking about Jalen Hood-Schifino, although he did show some promise today a little bit towards the end there. However, the problem basing that performance for the future is most of these guys are not going to be able to do that against top-notch athletes, top-notch players in the league. Dalton Knecht may have gone off against these guys, but that's what you're supposed to do. So if he's going to go off on the 10, 11, and 12 guys like this, that means he's going to play well against the secondary and primary guys. He might not drop 35 points or 33 points, but heck, if he drops 17, that would be nice. That would be a nice talent infusion in this. We all know that, and we've seen, it doesn't take long to see. You do your little investigation. And again, I'm not going to act like I'm anywhere near Stone Hansen in terms of analyzing the amateur ranks, in terms of basketball players. Maybe football I'm a little bit more invested in. But as far as basketball and baseball, the only way I could do that really is if I didn't have a life. I could do it. I could pay attention to AAA, AA, single A, of course, the G League a little bit more, South Bay, and watch the Conference USA games. Sure. I mean, it's not really particularly something I look forward to. But if I had to, I can, because I do like sports. But Dalton Knecht has already shown that he is capable. He showed this even in Summer League. You can tell the way he moves, the way he shoots, the way he creates separation, the elevation on his shot. We said this on playback. These things all matter because all these little things help you get just a little bit more room, a little bit more air, and a little bit more vision to the basket. And when you can do that in a professional game where every inch, every move, every little move matters, this is the result. I enjoyed the fact that the sidelines were going nuts. Probably one of the other things that I really love about LeBron, besides his play on the court, the second thing I like about LeBron is I do love how lively the bench gets when he is excited with everybody. It is very cool looking. I think it's like we are watching the game at my boy's house, and the shot goes down and we're like crazy jungle gym guys. I was not expecting this. I had just lounged for for three plus hours of destruction by a baseball team. For those of you who didn't watch the Dodger game, it was an absolute annihilation. It was almost sad in a lot of ways. Not for me. This is exactly how I enjoy wins. 8-run wins in 3 games is my cup of tea. I don't give a damn about competition when it comes to the end. I want 8-run wins every game if possible. Let the other teams like Cleveland and New York do that. I want the Dodgers for the next 5 games, 5 wins to annihilate whoever's in front of them so we can celebrate a world championship. And Doc continues to press. This is coming from Jeff. We were having a little argument, not an argument, but a little discussion about what's considered pushing the buttons. I had a different version of it, and he said that's called pressing the buttons. So I'll roll with Jeff because he's my boy. Button pressing in this run in the playoffs has been electric by Mr. Doc Dave Roberts. And if he does it for 5 more games or 5 more wins, we are going to be a very happy bunch here for the next year. And as, of course, the Lakers, we haven't been painting a really good picture. This probably doesn't change a lot of things, at least if you're getting out of the excitement of the game. But we are still in that mode where if they are going to surprise us, we would welcome it. I want the Lakers to win every game. I know it sounds like we don't. I know it sounds like we don't, but we do. It's just not that wouldn't make any sense. But we also have to give information based off what we're seeing, and that's just how life is, folks. It doesn't matter if it's your family, it's your friends, your favorite team. Honesty is the best policy because in the end, it's what's right.
Once again, it is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do win 128-122. They're now 2-3 on the season. Preseason, excuse me. It is Gerald Glassford along with Joe Soro taking a drink right now. Drink up, my friend. The victory is ours for the Dodgers and Lakers.
You said it perfectly. The Dodgers were in the results business tonight, yesterday. Here's to them. Here's for the 3 wins, and here's also for the potential 4th win to send the Los Angeles Dodgers to the World Series.
And that's what we're shooting for. Once again, it is Joe Soro, a.k.a. Ox1947 at LakersBall.com, and also the owner of Simblades. Simblades with the Y.com. Corbina says we need to trade Austin before he loses value to the Bulls for Levine or Lonzo. Looks real good to give us both Zach LaVine and Lonzo. We won't have enough salary, Corbina. There's just not enough salary because both Zach LaVine and Lonzo, off the top of my head, I think that'd be like $60 million in roughly a year. So you'd have to get up front.
Keep me on.
Okay, so I'm keeping you on. He's going to go get something. So I don't think the Lakers do have enough cash on hand as far as salary players to match. Because remember, the Lakers they can't trade $1 over. They have to get back either the same or under because of where they're at in the second tax apron. But yeah, absolutely would like that if just to get some assets and to get some money off the books eventually, because those contracts come out. And Austin Reaves, obviously, as Knecht gets better and better, the possibility of Austin Reaves being more trade available could come into play. Joe, there you go. He's having a cigar as well. All right. Cigar and the drink. Okay. Lighting it up right now.
I'm just showing Alan why the glasses are hold.
Oh, okay.
Designed glasses. I know the ice is in the way. When the ice melts, you'll see the logo.
Okay, so the glass is shaped so specifically so that the cigar can fit.
So the
right
cigar can
inside.
sit. Props to my wife. You know, the question every holiday and birthday and anniversary is, what does my husband have that he already doesn't have?
Question from Facebook. Do you think the Lakers should focus in on getting another center? That's a great question on Facebook. I think absolutely to get more beef inside, because you saw tonight the defense was something that is probably was the marquee problem I see. And
Of course you do,
away.
Mark. You and I, we're born to be boys. This is what it is. It's density.
But yes, excellent question. Yes, more beef inside is probably what I prioritize in the trade. Qualbina bringing in some athleticism at the guard. But if you bring in a Zach LaVine, guess what they would want in return along with Austin Reaves? They would probably want to go after Dalton Knecht as well. So that would be the problem. You probably have to trade Dalton Knecht if you wanted to stay away from those first round picks. And then Joe would say no.
No. Unless you're getting an elite third guy, that could be a two. No. What's it, Alan? Hey, that's two things already. Usually you're pretty kind of where you waffle a lot, but you get on two things. You asked what this is for, so now you know this is for my cigar sitter when I'm outside. And D'Lo, Mr. D'Angelo Russell, he has enough salary to where we could package something. And if there is a third team involved, there could be something there. There would likely need to be a third team. I'm going to stick to the trade that I think would benefit everyone, and it would benefit the Lakers two ways. One of them has to have some luck, though. Number one, if Chicago is not serious about thinking they're going to get a first for that contract for LaVine, then if they throw in a first rounder to take that salary and you can get a third team to make all this stuff match, I would be willing to send D'Angelo, whoever besides Knecht, because you need that guy in this situation, to go get Zach LaVine and the first. And if Zach LaVine is healthy, you win that trade by a mile, and you also reinvigorate your draft stack. That right now is the only one that I could see a slight possibility if everybody wants to play ball.
The thing is, and by the way, big shout out to V Garcia. Long time no see, my friend. Great to have you back right here at the Lakers Fast Break. When you guys talk about Lonzo, you realize he's played one preseason game in 1,000 days, over 1,000 days. I think James Harden was still with the Nets. They were talking about when the last time Lonzo played a game. He has had a ligament replacement surgery. He's had 3 surgeries overall on his knees. I let him be healthy for a little while before we start looking to trade him. That's Joe. I mean, you guys, we are concerned about Robert Williams and his knees as far as the Time Lord is concerned.
Has nothing to do with if LaVine doesn't work out. It's more about the fact that you're getting the asset back too.
You're talking about Lonzo.
No, the hell with Lonzo. I don't give a shit about Lonzo. I'm talking about
I'm talking about Lonzo. I was.
If he's a filler, which he's too much. No, it's too much money. He's making $20 million.
Yeah,
put him in there. The Lakers are already struggling enough to add more salary to this. The hell with Lonzo. Stop talking about Lonzo Ball. Fuck Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball's done. He's not going to work. He's done. I want Zach LaVine if they attach draft picks, and then you risk maybe getting lucky and he stays healthy. There is no begging. This is a begging situation. This is not the best deal. This is the realistic deal should Chicago make it work? And what would make it work is draft capital attached to it. Just like our dumbass team, they attached a first-round pick to Westbrook and sent it to Washington. It happens. Maybe it doesn't happen with the Lakers, but it's time it happens. Now you go get that contract. You give them at least one expiring contract or whatever and a smaller contract that's got enough meat on it, or you get a third team and you go get Zach LaVine. He had a good game the other night, didn't he? Or did I just read that wrong? Okay.
No, he did. He did 6 for 6 from beyond.
And understand, if he gets injured, it is what it is. You have to do something. You don't have time to wait. And if it doesn't work out, you get a first-round pick. Then that you could use maybe next year, or you can actually use it as a draft pick. Something, right? So don't say that. I don't want to hear about, it's lottery protected. Well, folks, we just got Dalton Knecht at 17, and if this continues, that means very, very, very good things for the Lakers for the future. As long as they don't trade him for Muscala or something like that. You don't want that to happen again, please.
No, dear God, no. Please, no.
So focus on what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. I am not a clickbait bum. I want you to pay attention to the common sense I'm saying. That trade is a realistic trade. We can't go get Giannis if he wants out. We can't go get Jimmy Butler if he wants out. We cannot go get Jason Tatum if something happens and he wants out. No matter how much we want those guys, we can't get those guys. Zach LaVine and getting draft capital. Jeremy Grant is another one, but I think Zach LaVine would be a better player with this team. And I don't think Portland's going to do a deal with the Lakers anyways. They never do deals with the Lakers.
Alan, Gabe Vincent, it comes in 7 points, but I think that's probably what people should expect, 7 to 10 points a game. He's very limited, but, at this stage of his career, he's not going to go ahead and do too many things wrong, but he's not going to do anything like super outstanding that's going to really just have your eyes pop out there. He's going to give you solid, gritty defense. At least he's going to try and make the effort to do so. But I think the expectations as far as Gabe Vincent's concerned should just be, backup point guard, maybe a little bit of off-ball stuff, and then there you go. But, yeah, he's not a guy that's going to be able to light it up like we're watching with Knecht at this point in time in his career all that much anymore. But we'll see. Maybe he's back from the knee injury and he's feeling healthy. Maybe he can produce. So far, we've seen limited results. But, yeah, Gabe Vincent is somebody that's going to be part of the rotation. Jackson Hayes, because we have no one else, Joe, in the front court. He's going to be part of the rotation. It is clear Knecht and then Max Christie looks like the 9-man rotation is set for JJ Redick.
I'd say it's more of an 8-man rotation. You're going to have Jackson Hayes and Knecht they're going to have regular rotations that are going to be of some substance. I don't know what Max Christie's going to be other than what I've seen. And I don't know. We're going to really find out when the competition is intense. And I'm also going to pay attention to see who they keep on the roster during the regular season. Are they wasting 3 or 4 spots on tweeners? Because if Dalton Knecht and Jackson Hayes are the only ones playing, you're going to run your starters down. Something's going to happen if you keep doing
that. Max Christie, the jury's still out, getting mixed results from him. And it's like the opinions on Max Christie, Joe, are all over the place. But right now, okay, if you need a 9th guy, right now he's still thought of in the context of coming off the bench first for JJ Redick. You saw him in the starting lineup tonight, along with Cam Reddish in the starting lineup for Rui and for LeBron. But be that as it may, switching over to AD. AD, again, looks in midseason form. I don't expect him to play tomorrow night, Joe, but if that's the case, he finished the preseason on a high note, including hitting some threes early on. Kind of faded away on the three-pointer as it went along, but 35 points, 10 rebounds and a block shot. You can't argue with that, Joe.
If he's going to hit 4 threes every now and then, that's going to be huge because that changes the offense completely.
That's the most he's made since.
You're going to draw the Sabonis's, the Embiids, and the Jokic's down over there, so they won't clog the lane, which will allow maybe some of your penetrators like LeBron and AR, and I'm assuming Knecht is probably going to be doing more of that. If Jalen Hood-Schifino is given any chance to play, God help us all, he seems to have that kind of game where he likes to get to the basket or try to get to the paint or try to get some kind of room so he can shoot the mid-range. Those things will help. However, the rebounding won't help because there's no rebounders on this team other than AD, or at least a viable one. We're going to learn a lot in the first month. And then we're really going to know what this team is in month 2.
Once again, it is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do win 128-122. Before we get to JJ Redick, and then, of course, our obligatory Bronny James conversation, I want to ask your thoughts on D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves, 18 points, but still struggling behind the line. D'Angelo Russell, 9 points, 10 assists, but he also struggled from behind the line. Same thing with Cam Reddish. D'Angelo and Austin just seem to be going through the motions, as we've talked about sometimes with these guys in preseason. D'Angelo, I think he's saving a lot of his energy for the regular season because he knows it's a contract year. Your thoughts on D'Angelo? Again, it's a player that we can't extend, so it's a player we're going to have to deal with at least until the trade, if that comes, for D'Angelo Russell.
He did have 10 assists. I didn't see the first half of the game. I did see most of the second and obviously the last bits of the fourth, almost all the fourth and all of overtime. I'm going to give D'Angelo the benefit at this point. However, he has shown this. This is his game, folks. He disappears weeks at a time, then comes out of nowhere and starts playing well. Maybe he's just doing it for preseason, which I'm not against, as long as he starts the season playing like he should. But that's going to be either comforting or scary. If he's not shooting well, even if he's passing the ball well, which he did in the second half, some really cool dimes, really good dimes, actually.
Yes.
It's going to hinder this team greatly. They absolutely need D'Angelo to keep everyone honest and hit those shots. By having him hit shots, by having AR hit shots, and having Knecht, you could see a lineup of D'Lo, AR, Knecht, LeBron, and AD. That might be the closing team if Knecht continues to play like this. That might be the closing lineup in some of these games in the regular season.
Now, he's going to have his ups and downs because he is a rookie, Joe. As you and I both know, it takes some time to get acclimated to the league. But this upside that this kid has is something we haven't had in a rookie in quite some time, Joe.
First round rookie, the last one that made a impact was Andrew Bynum. That was the last one. First round pick, first round high pick, if you consider 10, 17 high, which it is. That was the last one that made an impact. That was the starting center for your 2 championships in 09 and 10. That's somebody and he made the all-star team in his best season in 2012. He had a 30 rebound game until his knees finally died. So that was the last time the Lakers drafted somebody in the first round in a pretty high area, and they became valuable, at least an all-star once, and was an integral part of 3 final. Well, he didn't make. He wasn't. He would have been. I still say, and of course, I know injuries is part of the game, but I still say that if Andrew hadn't gotten injured in 08, the Lakers win that series. They have a little bit more beef in the front line. Gasol likely doesn't get abused by Perkins and KG and those guys and Posey in 08.
Yeah, you saw it the next year what happened.
Well, the next year, we didn't really get a chance to see much because KG got hurt in the playoffs, but we did see it in the 2010 and the regular season games. The regular season games in that time were just as entertaining as the finals games. we talk about what's missing in the NBA. Man, we are missing those Christmas games that people are anticipating. We don't have those anymore. I wonder when we're going to get that back, if ever. But Knecht is looking very good. And I have a very good feeling that he is going to be a very good basketball player, very good NBA player. But he's still a rookie. I'm not going to put too much pressure on him. I just wish him luck, and I hope that there's something there where he can help propel this team into a maybe by some sheer luck he could be our Sam Cassell on this team.
Once again, it is the Lakers 128-122. It is Joe Soro, aka Oxide247 at LakersBall.com, and Simblades with a Y.com. It is me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. Don't forget, you can become a member today. Be part of the member list that you see right below, and you get inside stuff that only members are getting up right now, including our season predictions for many of our panelists that are already been posted for members only so far. Everybody else gets it later, but members get it right now, and you can do so for just $2.99 a month. Also, as well, like and subscribe to get the latest notifications. And don't forget, I just opened up our ESPN Fantasy Basketball League. The draft is Monday at 5:30. The link is below. We still need teams. We still need people to join up right there in the description below. Joe, how concerned are you with Austin Reaves shooting from the outside? Yes, 18 points today, 5 of 5 at the line. Obviously was more aggressive getting the rim. Absolutely love to see that. But 1 of 4 from 3 continues the poor shooting from outside. You and I have talked about that's probably the area that we need him to develop and advance the most for this season, because while the Lakers, if they want to execute JJ's offensive design, need to shoot more threes, and in doing so, they need to have people that can fill up those threes at a better percentage. Obviously, Dalton Knecht. Max Christie is a maybe. Austin Reaves has to be more efficient this season.
I don't know if it's a slump, much like I've been watching with the Dodgers. What happens is the Dodgers players, they switch uniforms in terms of when it comes to hitting. So Betts goes 0 for a million. All of a sudden, he starts looking like Mookie Betts in 2018. And then all of a sudden, Will Smith can't hit. And then Teoscar Hernandez, had they had an MVP in the NLDS, would have won the MVP. All of a sudden, he can't find the ball to save his life, yet Muncy is absolutely raking, and they can't keep him off the base. And then what's going to happen in the World Series is, for all we know, all of a sudden Kike's not going to hit. Will Smith will start hitting, and then Teo will start hitting grand slams. Look, sports is a series of mental lapses and resurrections, especially in baseball. However, in basketball or in football, you don't really see a lot of that from the great ones. It's more of great ones are going to play pretty much every game like they own it, and then they have one bad one. Austin is not that guy. Austin is a guy where he's not going to – he'll win you a game every now and then, but that's not who he is. He is him when he's him, but he's her most of the time. And I'm not saying that as a derogatory thing. It's just he's not that star player. He is a situational player, quote-unquote role player. What Austin also will benefit this team is if he's not shooting well, there are other things he does. He can control the ball sometimes. He can get to the basket. He can get contact, and he can get scoring that way. Not at an abundance, not if you're playing an elite team with a good front line. Usually in the playoffs, it minimizes. But again, you have to understand. You all know. You guys have been watching this show for a while now. You all know we don't really say anything negative about Austin Reaves. Rui Hachimura, you don't really say too many negative things. Because in the end, guys, it's based off the performance. I can't expect Rui Hachimura to be an all-star. I can't expect Austin Reaves to be an all-star. based off how we've acquired them, based off of their skill set, based off of how they work. What are we going to criticize? We're going to be sitting there banging our heads. Why isn't Austin Reaves scoring 30 points a game? Why isn't he scoring 7 threes a game? Why is he missing 5 threes out of the 7 he shoots? Folks, he's Austin Reaves. He's not Steph Curry. Now, let's go to D'Angelo Russell. Let's move to D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell has a skill set that very few people have. His quick release, and it's smooth, and it's potent when it's on. And he's a second overall pick. His percentage when he was drafted in 2015 was the lowest bust rate out of that whole class. And you remember who was drafted first that year, right? Karl-Anthony Towns. So obviously that didn't come to fruition. It was Cat who didn't bust. But D'Angelo Russell, to me, his ceiling when he came out of Ohio State was James Harden. But see, James Harden, as much of a doucher as he is, not as a player, he's phenomenal as a player when he was. He still put in the work. He was one of those guys, kind of like Durant, in that he lived, breathed, ate basketball with a little bit of side section to the strip club. And that's fine. You know, some people need a balance. But when he wasn't at the strip club, he was balling. What was D'Angelo Russell doing? He was in a room with, what's his name? Why did I draw a blank? The one that he ratted out.
Oh, Nick Young.
Nick Young.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to shoot a 3, walk away. I think I made it. Yeah.
Yeah, these are the stories we hear about D'Angelo Russell. His focus isn't likely about being an elite player. It's just not there. And that kind of makes me irritated because you're wasted talent. If you're wasting your talent, that becomes a problem. That always becomes a problem with me. Austin Reaves has already surpassed his talent by doing what he's doing, and the fact that he's still busting his rear end doing what he's doing. Same with Rui. Knecht, playing above his head right now. But then you look at JHS, you look at guys like Cam Reddish, you look at guys like, I don't know, maybe you can probably give Max Christie a break. He was a second-round pick. But I think that's more of the wishful thinking of the people around him. I don't think it's really Max Christie. I think it's more about the fact that people want this guy to be something that he's not. And that's not necessarily his fault. And
So I ask you.
You guys in your Diddy talk, do you guys ever talk about anything else?
About what?
Guy on your mind 24/7?
What's that?
Diddy.
Oh. Anyways.
Swaggy. That's what I forgot his name. Jeez.
Swaggy P.
Swaggy P. God dang it. I was trying to remember Swaggy, and then you said Nick Young. I should have just said Nick Young.
Yes. But yeah, the classic. He shot that almost logo 3, thought he made it, turned around. That's hilarious. If you ever find that video out there, it's so funny. But anyways, I want to go ahead and make sure to ask you, Joe. I understand you're not as concerned about the D. The ball is moving on JJ's offense. I will give JJ credit for that. He has crafted an offense that gives the Lakers opportunities to have better shots than what you saw in Darvin Ham's. But the defense has been at varying levels of bad to abysmal at great portions of the game. Plus the transition defense, which LeBron during media day said it was going to be a focus, is still one of the worst I've seen in this league so far in preseason.
You remind me of the people who talk about defense in the NFL. Folks, there's no more defense in sports. Maybe baseball, that's it. That's it.
Could you slow them down a little bit?
No. Yeah, in spurts. Like the Celtics. As soon as they got in Kyrie Irving's ass, he was done. That's it. Okay. They let Doncic do his thing. They're like, okay, everybody else is a rookie or a trade-in from the middle of the season. These guys are toast. And they were toast. No one plays defense. Please don't let anybody play defense. Look how many freaking reviews we saw today. Thank God I wasn't watching the game. I would have thrown my shoe at the TV. What an absolute waste of life. So now you do these reviews, and now you're thinking twice about your life. Why am I sitting here for 10 minutes because some guy fouled some guy really hard, and then the ball went somewhere? I mean, this is what it's about. It's basketball. It's basketball. This thing's supposed to move. You're not supposed to stop momentum. And what's worse is you have a competitive game going on, and then they review it for 15 minutes. Why? Because these media idiots and stupid fans who complain, oh, well, they didn't make the right call. Okay, how about this? Let's have both. Why can't we have both of things? Why does it always have to be one or the other? Just like in politics, right? I'm going to say that again so that Gerald can have a heart attack. Why can't we just have a replay from New York, from Estonia, from Lebanon, something? You are a $70 billion contracted business now. Can you get the goddamn call done in 15 to 20 seconds? You have monitors on every game. Stop wasting our time. Got Tweedledee, Tweedledum, and Tweedle3 sitting there. After what? 10 minutes when we see one replay and like, oh, look, it came off his knee. Sitting on our ass, eating Cheetos, drinking whatever the hell you drink. We could see it right there, and they're sitting there going, anybody tell, like, seriously? Like, is it that hard? Like, indulge me. Indulge me.
But it is, of
There's
course,
no defense in the NBA anymore.
Okay.
Just like in the NFL. The NFL, you have these spurts at the right moment that will win you a game. That's pretty much what it is. You know why? Because they're going to call a penalty. They're going to call a penalty. They have neutered Mika Fitzpatrick. He's the safety for the Steelers. They have neutered him. And everybody's complaining about how he's not who he was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I go, you know why he isn't that guy? He had the perfect shot a few weeks ago on a guy. No helmet contact, full shoulder, took the ball, made sure the guy didn't catch the ball, and he got called for a penalty. Ever since then, he's been lackadaisical. It's the same thing in the NBA. Once you start D'ing up people, beep, unless you're Jalen Hood-Schifino, then they don't give a fuck.
1 of 9 tonight. That's one of the things I want to focus on right now. It is, of course, the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do win 128 to 122 in overtime. The Lakers go to 2-3 on the preseason. Don't forget, tomorrow night on playback.tv/Lakers fast break, it is the Lakers and the Warriors capping out the preseason for both those teams. Join us tomorrow for a playback again. Looking forward to it. And, of course, the best post game for the Lakers is right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Shout out to JY for the super chat. Truly appreciate it. Joe, second half, we see some of the scrubs in there. See some of the guys still fighting for some PT. Quincy Olivari, again, for his performance in Milwaukee, what did that give him? It gave him a DNP in the next game and 2 minutes in this game. Instead, we got 17 minutes of Bronny, who got gifted 2 of his 4 points today because Bol couldn't keep his hand out of the net while he was blocking a shot. And he got beat on a last, within last minute, the Pheonix guard just blew right by him for an easy layup. And that was just terrible by Bronny. But again, Bronny still got a long way to go. But also as well, Jalen Hood-Schifino has been a source of angst for a lot of people, especially in our chat during the game. 1 of 9 shooting again. He did finally hit a 3-pointer, but still the overall product doesn't look good, Joe, for a second-year first-round draft pick.
Much like Max Christie, I'm not really focused on Jalen Hood-Schifino.
But you might have to be if we get injuries, Joe, and we have to go to these guys.
It won't last, Gerald. These guys are going to get smoked, and they won't play. And management is going to have to figure out what they're going to need to do before their starters melt by February. This is the inevitability. Dalton Knecht definitely helps, but he's almost. We're gonna put so much pressure on this guy. He's gonna get tired at some point. These guys are used to playing 30 games a year, not 82. They're used to playing. He's in Tennessee, which there's some pressure there. Tennessee's a very, very, very popular college atmosphere, college town, but no one really. There's not the pressure in Tennessee, no matter how big it is nowhere near an LA Laker pressure and the NBA. He will get tired. He will get burnt out at some point because it happens every year to everybody. And I don't want anybody to dog on him. I think he needs to develop really in the next 2 to 3 years into someone that could be a borderline all-star. And that's a hell of an accomplishment for a 17th overall pick. Coming from.
Are you still supposed to be on Jeff's channel or?
No.
Okay. I didn't know what was going on. I guess
Jeff showed up. I think Jeff's show's done.
Okay.
Unless he commented while he was on the show.
Oh, okay. Because I guess some drama went down.
With who?
I don't know. No, I didn't.
Drama.
No drama.
Search, what happened? What happened over there?
Yeah, Search. Did something go down on Jeff's channel? I'm not sure. Again, today there was no drama. Joe said he could make it here if he could, but he didn't confirm to me until just before the start that he was going to be here for the show. But I said that was cool. The other day I was just mad because he asked me to a certain time, and he had to reschedule.
No.
Twice.
What happened before has nothing to do with what happened today.
Yeah, so that's I think yeah. So
and Jeff and I already discussed it. I go he makes the call. I was on the show. I was on the chat. He make a call. He can make any call he wants. If he wants me on there, I'll be on there. If not, I don't care.
Oh, okay, because Search said he was promoting you and he is not on, so he's mad. So he doesn't want to look bad. I understand.
Who doesn't want to look bad?
Search, because I guess he was promoting you on Jeff's channel for tonight. So
hey, Search. Search. I want to be clear with everyone here, folks. There's no drama. There's no drama between anything. Just the only drama is what's going on in Lakerland. Jeff, Gerald, Laker Tom, Johnny, Jamie, L. Rob, Chris,
John Costa. Yes.
All our guests, we are all tight. We're all good. The reason why Gerald got irritated the other night was because I committed when I shouldn't have. But I didn't think I was going to be on the show for 3 hours. This was the Game 5 win against the Padres. Even
Ralph said a bet. The only drama is between you and Bronny James. There you go.
I don't have drama with Bronny James. Everyone's going to have drama with that.
But
Search, listen, I'm going to be very. I'm going to reiterate what I told Jeff. Jeff likes to talk to you guys. Okay, he likes to talk to his people. When you have two people on a show, it's hard to talk to the people. That's why, and it's his show. He does whatever he wants. So it's up to Jeff on how he feels, on how much he wants to not talk or talk to his people. That people means you. It's going to be easier for him to answer questions and talk directly to you when I'm not around. But understand this. The future is Jeff and I talking baseball. That's going to happen. It's happening. And especially if the Dodgers win 5 more games, especially if all these guys stay healthy for the next 5 to 10 years, because if the Dodgers win this series and then win the next series, especially if it's the Yankees, you're going to see baseball jump. And we're going to be right there talking about it. Joe, who do you think is better, Jalen Hood-Schifino or Bronny? Oh, JHS.
don't give him a headache now.
JHS is better.
one of the things I wanted to point out, okay, I'm going to go back to defense in a second, Joe, but a different kind of defense, a transition defense, but that's in a second. JJ Redick said after the game on Dalton Knecht, Reggie Miller and I were talking before the game, and he was like, it's high praise to say he's in the top 1% of shooters. Well, nah, he's in the top 1%. That was supernatural what he just did. Now, that's high praise, but, and I put the but, because if you guys told, as you guys told me on playback, Reggie Miller was giving Bronny a break. So it's like a give and take there. The praise for Dalton, but the undeserved praise for Bronny by Reggie Miller tonight, Joe.
There isn't a Baghdad Iraq league, man. Drink to that
one. So your thoughts on that?
As
far as Reggie Miller
tonight? This is the nightcap. It's 10:40. The nightcaps are supposed to be. Shoot, I have no way to get out of this. I have a little hitch in my process, guys. It's baseball is continuing, so my preparation for the nightcap has a little snag. Plus, I haven't been able to watch some of these preseason games in their entirety, so I don't know if I necessarily feel ready to do a nightcap to discuss those. But then again, it's the nightcap. We can discuss other things.
You could do it tomorrow night, a nightcap tomorrow.
I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night on a Friday. If they win tomorrow, I might be dead drunk. I might be able to still do the show, but I might be dead drunk tomorrow night. Let me make a decision tomorrow. I'll promote it later tomorrow. But tonight, this is kind of nightcap at the moment. But there will be nightcaps during the regular season of the NBA. So.
All right, and you will stop by Empire Jeff's show if the Dodgers win, correct? I would hope you would.
So tomorrow's a 2:08 game, and if they win, essentially people are going to come home, and it's a Friday night. It's like the perfect time.
Yeah,
and then you can go and. We can go do whatever it is that we do. I don't know yet if I am. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. But, yeah, it's the schedule's starting to get tight and big and time consuming. So I got to start figuring out a way to manage it all.
Once again, it is the Lakers fast break, 128-122. The Lakers win. But before we head on out, Joe, I did want to go ahead and ask the other thing that was mentioned in the comments after the game. Mike Trudell said that the Lakers were outscored 21-0 in the first half. On the break, the Suns literally cleaned their clock as far as transition. And of course, the transition D, again, something that they said they would work on and focus on, wasn't happening. Now, finally, the second half, they got it back a little bit of it, and they only were outscored eventually in transition 22-13. But JJ called them out at halftime in order to do so. But I think, again, some of the things that we're seeing from JJ are very much a positive, but some of the other things we're seeing that he's making a little bit, he needs growth. He is a rookie coach. We got to make sure we give him time to do so. But there's not much time to have because in a busy Western Conference with two of your players over 30 that don't have the same time frame, we need him to develop a full board game a little bit faster. But it's one of those aspects they do need to work on, Joe, is effort in the transition D.
The reason why there's an issue with transition D is because of JJ Redick's philosophy and making and shooting a lot of threes. So if you're going to be doing that, things are going to be somewhat off balance. Even if you have a couple guys that sit back, who's back there? AD's really your only guy. If he's not back there, it's not very hard to get around Austin Reaves or D'Angelo Russell. If you get a speedy guard, you can get around anybody, LeBron, Rui. It's difficult. It's difficult. And, yeah, it's If it's not rebounding, it might be the fast break. If it's not shooting well, I mean, there's a lot of holes here that could develop, and I don't know what'll be the number one issue this year until we see what JJ Redick's offense is going to be.
But before we head on out, my friend, I want to go
So
ahead.
Search, hold on a second, Gerald. I will reevaluate people I promote. What does that mean? Gerald, Search, what you do is perfect. You don't need to reevaluate anything. I think you do a good enough job for everything.
You're the best in the business.
Yeah. Don't. You're not doing anything. You're doing everything perfect. Do what you do. Again, sir, I don't. That's up to you. I don't know who the others are. I don't know who the others are. We're here. We're here to entertain and inform, and it's our favorite team, and we don't have anybody over our necks telling us what to do, which is what makes this possible. Because I'm not good at listening to authority. Because most people who are authority, I love you too, Search. Most people who have authority usually like to use it when they don't have the sack to back it up. That's why I don't deal with producers in radio or TV. I saw all that stuff on all the writing on the wall years ago. I said, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't last in those businesses. So what's great here is, and this is why I don't have my own show. And again, Gerald has been trying to get me to do my own stuff for a while. Problem is, I don't have time right now. I'm praying that I can have that time once my extracurricular investments, i.e. corrupt, can hit. Then I don't have to work as hard in my primary. I can actually hire someone, and then I can oversee that operation at more of a distance instead of actually putting my hand on the ground. So that is the future. That is why I do what I do, to set this up so that hopefully down the road, Lakers Fast Break has the right resources to keep growing. Because right now, everything's organic. There hasn't been any infusion of some major marketing in it, that's what business needs. It always needs good marketing. We've just been doing it organically. And then, of course, Dodger shows, NFL shows, those things are all on the table right now.
And we do provide that for you when we can here at the Lakers Fast Break, but also what Empire Jeff TV does. I do give him a big shout out. Go ahead and make sure you catch his shows as well. And Serge does a great job covering both those shows. Again, Serge, even if you didn't want to mod and you were just hanging out, I would be very, very honored that you're part, just like everyone else out there, whether you're watching, whether you're in the chat, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitch, doesn't matter. We welcome you at being part of what we're doing here at the Lakers Fast Break. Just make sure you follow, like, subscribe, anything you can do to help us out. We are one of FeedSpot's top 10 Lakers podcasts that are out there. Again, we've been that way for over 2-3 years now. We're one of the best out there. We've got our opinions are not watered down. We're just here telling you like we see it. And tonight, Dalton Knecht, we saw a great performance tonight, Joe. How satisfying was it that when he went on that heat?
It was really nice. I didn't expect it. I think that's what made it really cool. I was coming down from the euphoria of the Dodger win, and here I'm screaming louder for Dalton Knecht than I was screaming for the Dodger game tonight, because they were just so dominant. It's been a dominant. I mean, they've scored 18 runs to what, 2 in the last 2 days? 27-2 in those 3 wins. 27-2.
Just got to seal the deal.
Major League Baseball players. We heard this over, and Jeff and I were laughing about this over and over again from Joe Davis, John Smoltz. The Mets have been the best team since June. The Mets have been the best team since June. They've won 72 games out of 40. Or they've been 72 wins and 40 losses. They're the best team since June. It was like nonstop. Best team since June. Best team since June. Okay. I got it. Look, the Dodgers have been the best team the last decade in the majors. The only issue, well, there's 2 issues, is they got cheated by 2 pieces of shit that derailed their run a little bit, and they were able to win one, but they reeled after that because of bad decisions, bad injuries at the wrong time, and whatnot. So what happened in this last year is they set everything up. The Trey Turners being let go, the Seagers being let go, all these guys let go so that they can come to this moment where they could get the best player of our generation in his prime to come to LA. And the Dodgers are 5 wins away in this first year in winning a championship. And if that happens, this is going to start setting the stage.
By the way, for Jeremy, Ohtani was 1 of 3 today, but 4 runs scored because he walked 3 times. Even when he is struggling, because he did get the initial home run to start the game, but he got on base. He got on base, and that's what mattered, Joe.
So it's important to note this: those two non-hits, those were when the game was over. The four at bats, the first 4 at bats, he scored on every one. I think it was a record, 4 runs in one game. He hit a home run to start the game and had 3 walks. And almost every one of those, Mookie made them pay, because a lot of those walks were pseudo intentional walks. For sure, 2 of them. For sure, 2 of them were intentional walks without actually being an official intentional walk. And then the last one, the pitcher kind of battled with him, and he's still gone. And then Mookie hit the home run and pretty much ended their life.
I'll tell you what, though, the Dodgers, they just need to seal the deal. It looks really good for them right now, taking at least 2 of 3 in New York. Let's go for the sweep in New York. I'd love to see that. As the Lakers here in Phoenix, well, not here in Phoenix, but in Phoenix, winning 128-122 in overtime based off of
the time I get to Phoenix, he'll be rising. He'll probably leave a note right on the door. Sorry, you opened that up. I had to say it.
Oh, no. Just he's getting into song, guys. Watch out. But again, we'll close out the show. Dalton Knecht, again, such a great performance. AD, such a really, he's already in midseason form. Again, even making the threes early on, although, again, I would not advise him doing that on a regular basis, but he's going to. That's what he's been told to do. Joe, Dalton Knecht has given the Lakers fans some hope out there. The realization that this could actually be a good pickup for Rob Pelinka.
It wasn't a good pickup. It was a draft pick that they were given.
That's a good draft choice pickup. Sorry.
And he fell to them, and only a moron would screw it up. Right?
Yes.
That's it. It's funny when they pick Joe Burrow, the Cincinnati Bengals, right? All of a sudden, they're these guys are stacked. They went to the Super Bowl. They almost won. I go, they had the first pick. That doesn't take talent. You just pick the best player available, which usually it's always a quarterback.
But it's also the things that he's doing outside of just taking jump shots. Yes, Allen's right. As a rookie, he's going to take a lot of shots. He's going to be unconscious at times.
That's not always true, though. Rookies don't usually have the full trigger to unleash.
No, but he does. But as a young player,
this is the NBA, though. That's what they do now.
Yes, he's gonna take some shots. People are gonna be maybe a little bit uncomfortable with. But if you want to see these heaters that he gets on, you have to go and, I guess, fight through the fact that he will have some shots from time to time that may not be the right ones. But still, overall,
every player?
Overall, you still want him taking the shot because he's aggressive like no one else on the roster is after you get past man 5. He is absolutely the only one that's willing to take all those shots. After the first game, tough. After the first game, he goes down the G League.
Good luck. Good luck in the voice of the guy in Taken. Good luck. That guy better not be on the daily roster, man.
Jeremy, he did play. He got 4 points, 2 of which was gifted to him because Bol blocked a shot, but in doing so was holding the net while he was doing it. but he was there, gave up a late basket and almost cost us the game, but Dalton Knecht saved the game for us and then took over in overtime, Joe. And it was really impressive performance. Maybe I'm hoping it's not one of the highlights of the season, but I have a feeling, Joe, it just might be.
What?
That tonight's game will be one of the highlights of our season.
Really? It's that bad?
Could be. Could be. We'll see.
As bad as they likely will be. Regular season always has at least 5 to 7 games that are memorable.
That's
I don't know you are.
Okay.
Except for maybe the 17 Lakers. That one was just dreaded.
Yes. And we had to commiserate through that. But it is, of course, Joe Soro, a.k.a. Oxide247 at LakersBall.com. Intel Wild's back. What's up, my friend? Does Dalton crack the starting lineup this season? I'm going to say yes. Joe?
Either through injury or necessity, yes.
Thank you for the super chat, Intel and JY. Truly appreciate you guys doing so. Yes, I think it's going to be something where we will see him where they're at in the season. Doesn't matter. I just think, like Joe said, through circumstance, injury, or just performance, he's going to get a shot playing like this to start at some point in time this season. Jeremy says, Jerry, is Bronny as terrible as we thought? Sounds like he is even worse. I don't know. We were saying he was pretty bad to start off with. We were on the show. We got banned from TikTok because of how bad Joe was saying about Bronny. I was saying bad things about Bronny. We both were saying he's terrible. We're saying at least a guy that couldn't even average 5 points a game at USC is somehow given a 3-year with a 4th-year option guaranteed contract. It's just a shame. It's just a shame how, we are not putting winning above merchandising sales and appeasing someone's dad.
Yeah, the people who have suffered so much. They suffered so much. And now they're not suffering. Now they're telling professional owners that you need to draft my family member. Otherwise, I'm not going to be happy.
Well, we'll see, Seven.
I would have told them to go get bent. The opposite way, by the way.
Yeah, they did. I was just going to say, Seven was talking about the A's once again in Vegas. And yeah, they did showcase the stadium a little bit more. It's a small stadium at 30,000 seats. They're going to have the hotels that they're going to wrap around.
You can thank San Francisco for all the problems going on in Oakland. I'd give you the details on it, but Gerald would have a hernia and a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, again, let's focus on the Lakers and we'll keep it at that.
It's sports related, so it would be part of what we're talking
about. Technically, maybe. But
no,
I'd rather not.
Technically. No,
oh,
yes.
The Raiders, don't get the Raiders are laughing stock right now. They just traded away Devontae Adams. They have no clue at quarterback. They've got the best tight end in the league already, and Brock Bowers, but you got no one to throw him the ball. So that's the problem right there for the Raiders. Jeremy says, how do you guys think Giddey is playing in Chicago? That 1 of 11 performance he had the other night, Jeremy, that wasn't too impressive. So his shooting, I think, is going to dictate how well he translates the league. Assists, rebounds, he's always very good at that as a playmaker. But his defense is suspect. And again, he's got to be able to shoot well. He cannot have many 1 of 11 nights, Joe, like he did the other night.
It's preseason. Who cares?
Well, that's what Jeremy was asking. He said, how well is he doing?
Giddey's a really good NBA player who's going to be getting better. I wouldn't worry about what's going on right now.
JY says, I see a more polished Thunder Dan Marley when I see Dalton Knecht. Who would you compare his game to, Joe?
Dalton Knecht is Bogdan Bogdanovic. That's who he is. That's who he was today. Maybe a little bit better.
So you don't see any Thunder Dan Marley in him?
No, I don't think he's going to be dunking over people and looking like a supermodel.
Yes, it helped Andrew Bynum when he went on that all-star rebounding, I guess just rebounding binge. He did get 30 rebounds in the game, if I remember correctly. Or was it 20? It's the high 20s. It was 30, wasn't it?
No, it's 30.
It was 30, yeah.
Watch the game. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he was a beast at one time.
If he didn't have knocked knees, he would have had a longer career.
Yeah, Kobe took his knee out by accident, fell on him. Yeah, and then he had that other knee injury as well.
Lamar.
How many?
Before?
35, Jeremy. Him and AD had 35 tonight. Knecht took over late in the fourth quarter, went on a heater, and then guided the team to victory in overtime. If you get a chance to watch the game, Jeremy, I suggest you turn it straight to the fourth quarter. Start with the first quarter, and then after AD goes off on his heater, switch it over to the fourth quarter, and you'll like what you see. There's Seven Grand says there's a reason the Raiders and A's were unanimously voted to move out of Oakland.
They were not unanimously voted, more so than there's a financial burden that's lifted when they move out of a dead city into a city that's going to make value of your team. It's the same reason why Kroenke left St. Louis, which is kind of like the Oakland of Missouri. There's no commerce there. Vegas has commerce. LA has commerce. Their net worth increased greatly when they moved, and that's what these owners care about. The people who are running these cities have squeezed citizens. San Diego's another one, except San Diego is too big to be kind of low end like Oakland and St. Louis. But they've squeezed the citizenry so much that they just cannot afford to focus on a sports team, on whether they want to open up city bonds to help build some stadium that they're only going to benefit with. And when these owners and these politicians start yapping about, well, there's going to be 16,000 new jobs. Yeah, doing what? Selling popcorn? What you going to make doing that? Real jobs is career jobs, not some guy handing out popcorn. I'm sorry, but not going to work in California like that. It doesn't work like that in California, where the cost of living here is too high. So unless it's a secondary job, you're probably not going to be happy here. But speaking of Oakland, there's word that Tampa, I don't know if this is true, because of the roof situation from the hurricane, it's going to take them, I think they said a year to get this thing fixed. They may move into Oakland for the next couple of years until their new arena's done.
Really?
Yes, that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true.
We see what happens there. I wanted to say, I'm going to give a shout out to Lake Show Highlights. You go to that channel on YouTube to check out the highlights for the game. That is the best channel for Lakers highlights. There's no one better, as long as he stays up. Because I do know that he gets copyrighted every now and then. But yeah, Lake Show Highlights is the best Lakers highlights channel that there is. So yeah, giving him some pub. It does a great job. Joe, again, another great game by Dalton Knecht. We'll be back tomorrow again, pregame, playback.tv, and then right back here for the postgame. Who knows if Joe is conscious, maybe even a nightcap beyond that. Any last thoughts before we head on out?
Hold on.
What?
When I drink, I'm not turning into some bubbly college girl stumbling all over the place. You guys have seen me tipsy on the show before. I might slur my words, but I'm still in control. The reason why I might not be available is because I might not be home, not because I'm drunk.
Okay.
Get your facts.
Well, you were pretty. Okay, I'll just leave it back. There's visual proof of when you were really drunk.
Well, when you take 12 shots, that'll do it to you, wouldn't it?
Yes, it did.
I don't take 12 shots. I haven't taken 12. That night, I hadn't taken shots like that since college. And I was getting ready to seek and destroy.
So yeah, you were destroyed, that's for sure. I mean, on the show and
I'm
especially
not talking
after.
about me. I was talking about something else.
Yeah, I know you were. But there was a deal in Irwindale. Yeah, I remember Irwindale. Indeed.
No one wants to go watch a game in Irwindale.
That's why they couldn't seal the deal. But once again, it is the Lakers winning tonight, 128 to 122. Again, we'll be back pregame. Of course, also it's all playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. And of course, the postgame as well, maybe even a nightcap beyond that. Don't forget, we just started an ESPN Fantasy Basketball League. Sign up today. The draft is on Monday at 5:30. Joe and I still need to get together on Monday for a big show. You said you wanted to do an extra long show before we start the season. Don't you remember that? You did. Yeah, you did. You did.
I don't remember that at all.
You did. You know you did. Don't even start. Yes, you did.
Not even a little bit.
You did. You know you did. You wanted to. You do. Remember, you wanted to test that out to have one of those long shows like Lakers in 5. No. I said, let's do it before we start the season. You said, that's good. Yeah, you did.
No.
Yes, you did. But yes, it'll be Monday at 5:30 for the draft for fantasy basketball. The link is in the description below. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's the logo for you. Soro. Soro indeed. Once again, that's how he rolls. But once again, it is the Lakers 128 to 122. We'll be back tomorrow.
Sorry, the rapper's still on it.
Oh, there's a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, 12 years old, it's funny, not when you're a grown man.
Well, you are a 12-year-old.
This is true sometimes.
Lakers win 128-122. We'll be back tomorrow for more great hijinks. Let's hope we can get more Dalton Knecht too. We'll see what happens tomorrow right here on the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Thanks, everyone. Be safe and have a good one.
Damn, that's some old footage on there.
I'm surprised I haven't been copyrighted.
By who?
By Big Brother.